Welcome to Never Lose Hope Hospital. Oh, it's you again.
Yeah, it's us. Dr. Wheatley called me again and said that this time, he is confident that Scootaloo can be released from hospital. Despite the high probability of that being false again, we still thought we'd take the chance and come.
That's the right spirit. I'm gonna go find him and ask if he really didn't mess up this time. Please wait here.
Sure thing.
I must say, I am pretty curious if this episode is actually going to accomplish what it set out to. Or if it's just going to be another pointless filler visit that's leading nowhere.
Even if it turns out we've once again been lied to, at least we can use this trip to make yet another one of those hospital sketches. Those are always funny.
They certainly are a recurring theme in this series, but if I'd have to explain why that is, I wouldn't know.
Probably just because there's always so much dark and fucked up shit happening in Ponyville. It's a wonder that not the entire population has been here over the course of this show.
Sisha, for it being so dark and dangerous looking back, the amount of actual injury suffered is pretty low. You basically only have Scootaloo, maybe Chrysalis, but that case has always been kind of mysterious thanks to that whole reality altering she's been mentioning.
What about Miss Cheerly? Isn't she also here?
Oh yeah, you're right!
Man, I totally forgot about her. Fuck. Now I know where this is gonna go.
What do you mean, Twi?
The bait-and-switch robotus is gonna try and repeat in this episode. Remember last time, when it turned out we weren't getting Scootaloo, but instead got left with Chrysalis? How can it this time not be the same shit again, only with Miss Cheerly? As long as there is any character else to be brought up, robotus is gonna make use of it. Weigel, I've been meaning to ask that for a long time now, but what is up with this whole Scootaloo business?
Does Robotus just hate her or something? It feels like he goes out of his way to keep her ridden away as long as possible.
I don't know if you could really call it hating. I imagine it's something similar to what he did to me last year. He made up this joke of her getting shot, which then led to her being hospitalized as a logical consequence of not appearing for so long. I know. It's become another running gag, and we know how much Robotus can't let these go.
Oh man, I just fucking hate this bastard robot so much. Him and all of his fucking retarded ideas. Everything he ever contributed in this fucking show was nothing but horseshit. Everything only ever got worse when he was involved. Why did Starlight have to miss him, the useless bitch? He should be dead and buried by now. Fuck!
Jesus, Applejack! Not that I don't agree with you 100%, but still, that was an unusually emotional and honest-sounding outburst. Is something wrong, dear?
No, it's no fucking thing at all. Everything is just fine and dandy. In fact, I've never felt less uncomfortable in my skin than I do right now. God, why can this moment not last forever?
All right, we get it. You're being sarcastic. Just spit it out and get into that rant you so obviously want to do. What's the matter?
I'm sorry, y'all. It's just that, I'm just a little moody at the moment.
You are? Would have never noticed that.
But surely there has to be a reason for that.
Well, remember 2 weeks ago when that whole threesome with Celestia, Dan, and Robotus happened?
Yeah?
Really clever and subtly executed timestamp, by the way.
After we all split up, I went to this here hospital 'cause I had an appointment with the doctor.
Oh yeah, you mentioned something like that.
Anyway, the reason I'm being so moody right now is because the results of my liver test weren't all that great. Wheatley said it actually looks pretty fucking horrible. If I'm unlucky, I might only have 1 sketch left to live.
You what? Holy shit!
What do you mean by that? What happened?
Well, I wish I could blame any pony other than myself, but unfortunately, it's my own fault. This is what happens when you drink excessively every day for almost a decade. My liver's fucking wrecked. So I'm a little depressed right now, knowing that I might just fucking die once this episode is over.
All right, look, I know that a diagnosis like that is nothing to make fun about, so I'll just say it as I see it. You being told that you only have 1 sketch to live is a really weird way of giving prognosis. How would the doctor know when that sketch would be?
And would that then mean that you simply won't die if you don't show up in a sketch anymore?
I've got 1 single word for y'all to explain how the doctor can be certain. Robotus. He did announce that he was gonna have a character death in the future. And then I just happened to get this diagnosis on literally the same day. I'm really scared, honestly. What if it's really me who's gonna die?
No. Even all things considered, that doesn't sound plausible to me. You're part of the main 6. He would never just kill you.
Yeah. On the other hoof, it would be just the kind of unnecessary shock twist that Robotus would attempt. Especially someone who knows his style by now wouldn't expect him to actually have the guts to pull off the kind of a lasting narrative step.
Wow, thanks a whole fucking lot, Rarity. You actually managed to make me feel even more down than I already was. Part of me is impressed.
Well, bitching and whining only gets you so far. Just be a man and face it with dignity.
You can easily say that. I bet you'd be fucking crying on the floor if you were in my place.
Why, of course I would be, but for me, it fits my personality. I'm the diva archetype. But you are not some whiny bitch. You're the tomboyish country girl. So fucking act like it.
You want to know what's funny? Somehow that actually helped me. Well, not that offendingly obvious by the book motivation speech, but I dig the meta talk. You know what? Sure. Ain't got nothing to lose either way. Might as well roll with it.
Great. Then we can continue the sketch now? Because the nurse and the doctor have actually been standing over there for around a minute now, patiently waiting until we finish this part.
Sure. Bring 'em on.
Very good. Now, here's the doctor. Good luck.
Ah, she's a joker, isn't she? Good luck, she says, like you're dealing with a lunatic. Like she knows my psychological profile. How ridiculous. Just because I'm not a moron doesn't mean that I must have another mental disorder. Well, anyways, hello and welcome to Never Lose Hope Hospital. I take it you're here for Scootaloo.
Yes, we are.
And just to clarify from the start, it is actually Scootaloo you're referring to, not Miss Cheerily?
I'm afraid so. Miss Cheerily is still bound to her coma. But Scootaloo, unfortunately, is met with a more sorrow fate.
What? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, in order to make sure that no more mix-ups happen, I brought her file with me. I'm reading it just now. It says that Scootaloo has, well, she died last night.
What the fuck?
I'm very sorry, but it says what it says here. It was very unfortunate turn of events. You see, around midnight her breathing aids suddenly started to malfunction, which led to her artificial lung being crushed. Her death came quickly, but not painless.
You think you telling us this makes this any better? Breathing aids, artificial lung. What the fuck did you do to her?
So that was the character Death Robotus had announced. This fucking monster. Just killing off a foal. Now I honestly wish it just would have been me.
I don't even know what to say. This is just horrible.
I'm sorry. I truly am. You have my deepest sympathy. I wish there was something I could... Oh, my own.
What?
First of all, I would like to deeply apologize for this massive inconvenience I just caused, but it seems I made a terrible mistake just now.
Terrible how?
It appears that I once again have been looking at the wrong file. Whoops!
Whoops, you say?
You fucking scared us to death, you motherfucker!
So does that mean that Scootaloo isn't actually dead?
Oh no, she's actually ready to go home. I was also pretty confused because I had just examined her yesterday and everything was fine. But I just thought the file never lies. Apparently it does.
This has got to be the crudest joke Robotus has ever made. My fucking god! Just what is wrong in this robot's head? Just shocking every pony with falsely declaring Ophelia as dead! That is beastly! No doubt about that. But that is by now to be expected by this washed-up YouTuber. It generally feels like Robotus' humor has only been down-spiraling lately, falling ever deeper into the pit of growing cynicism.
Well, I'm sure there is plenty of room to be outraged about this mean-spirited joke, but on the bright side, Scootaloo isn't really dead. And you can pick her up now and take her home.
Hold on a darn second, Doc. Then whose file were you reading? Who's died?
Nobody of your concern, at least as far as I know. He's definitely not someone you've ever mentioned to me before. I don't suspect you would be acquainted to the like of him.
So it's a male character. There ain't really that many in this series. It's not Spike, is it?
No. I'm pretty certain that his name is not Spike. But even if so, I couldn't even tell you because that falls under my medical confidentiality. So I suggest you stop worrying yourselves about someone you probably don't even know, and focus on one you do. Please be patient. I'll be going to get Scootaloo. Toodles!
Huh. Kinda shame. Really would have liked to know who then died instead. Knowing Robotus, it has to be at least somewhat of a known character.
Or maybe Twilight was right and it really was nothing but a fake-out. Or maybe not. Who's that guy over there who's clearly approaching us?
You, Apple Horse.
Huh? You?
It's me, heavy weapons guy. I've been looking for you.
For me? But why? I thought I had paid off everything I owed. Moneyman said I was free to go.
Moneyman? Who the fuck is that now?
No, I'm here for a more important reason. I carry out last will and testament of Mr. Moneyman.
Last will? Wait, he's dead?
Was he the one the doctor was referring to? The character death?
Correct! Moneyman is dead. He died of cringe after Seattled sister performance in Kenobi.
That's fair.
In hospital, they try reanimate him, but medical equipment not made for human. Too tiny, too made for horse. Moneyman die in pain. I mourn him.
Gee, while I can't say that me and him were the greatest friends, it still don't sound like he had a nice way out. That sucks.
But no time for sadness yet. Have duty still. Moneyman give heavy last will to carry out, and heavy loyal servant. Therefore, I am here, because you are part of testament.
I am? Does that mean Mr. Moneyman wants me to inherit something? Wow, seems like I was much closer to him than he was to me.
Here's heirloom. Take.
What? Hey, hold the fuck on. This ain't no check or anything beneficial, it's a fucking house ban. This some kind of joke?
Death is not joke. Heavy take very serious. I only did what Testament said. Moneyman's last will concerning you is make sure you never steal from his casino again, so he ban you for life.
But I ain't even going there anymore, ever since I paid off my debt. I already learned my lesson.
Then ban should not offend you since does not make difference. Right.
It does make a fucking difference. This is a slap in my fucking face. Does he really trust my judgment that little?
Well, how put politely? Nah, he did. It was biggest concern that you do not return. He's also my part of last will. I have duty to remain on guard on casino and make sure Apple Horse never get in again. If you set one hoof inside Sunset Snake Eyes, I gave word to roll you up like sleep bag.
Like a sleeping bag. But how would that even work? I mean, there's all my bones in the way and my muscles. Oh, I see.
I hope you do, because Heavy have more important things to do. Prepare funeral in honor Monument as good boss he was. Of course, you are not invited. Do not show up. Or else sleeping bag.
All right, I get it. I ain't setting up anywhere near y'all.
Good. Is all then. Packer, little ponies.
Huh. Well, that certainly was a human. Care to explain your relationship with this Russian, Applejack?
Because, frankly speaking, right now is not exactly a really good time to be knowing a Russian. You know what I mean?
Oh, shut up about Ukraine. There ain't even a way for us to know about this war. So don't artificially shoehorn that in, just so Robotus also mentioned it at least once.
Hey, you were the one to say it out loud. But seriously, how do you know this weird muscle man?
It's a pretty long story. Luckily, it's easy to summarize. I was in debt with his boss for my gambling, and he pressured me to pay, which I then did in the end.
Yeah, stinkt. There was this whole gambling thing, which seems to be the one thing Robotus forgets about the most consistently.
Well then, good thing you don't need to remember that no more. 'Cause I've been debt-free for quite some time now.
All right, I see. And this Mr. Moneyman was your creditor.
That's right.
Huh. See, I told you guys not to worry. It was clear from the start that Robotus wouldn't actually dare to kill off someone of real importance. And as expected, this so-called character death happened with someone only one of us even knew. Typical fake out.
Hey, you're right. Fucking hell. And here I was worrying about my health.
All right, everybody, here we are. Please welcome back your little friend, Scootaloo.
Hey, every pony.
Squirt! It's actually you! Oh man, I was so certain that some stupid fucking nonsense would happen again to prevent us from getting you.
Man, am I glad to see you again. How do you feel?
Oh, I'm fine. By now.
I must say, at times I was in real misery because of that whole being shot in the chest thing. But thankfully that's over now.
I'm really sorry to interrupt your reunion, y'all, but I gotta address something. Hey, Doc!
Yes, miss.
What the fuck did y'all think to give me that kind of diagnosis? I was fucking worried I might die this episode.
Oh, yes. Sorry about that. Turns out I was once again checking the wrong file. It looks like this is my running gag now.
So in other words, I was actually fine the whole time, and this was just a cruel joke?
Basically.
Wow, well, ain't that real fucking funny?
I know, right?
Hey, hold the fuck on with this sketch! What the hell are you doing? Huh? Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, I can't believe this! How could you do this to us?
Oh, sweetie, whatever do you mean?
Well, how about this fucking shit show here? How dare you go to get Scootaloo and not tell her to best friends about this? Like, first you just forget us in this hospital last time, and now you don't even bring us here. The hell's wrong with you?
Hey, calm it, little sis. It's not like we did that on purpose. It's more the fact that we just had more important stuff on our minds. Like me, for example. I thought I was gonna die.
And where's the reason why I should give a fuck? Scootaloo is our friend. We are the Cutie Mark Crusaders. If any pony, we're the one who's fucking picking her up. Certainly.
Schluss jetzt! I will not hear one more word in this tone, young mare.
Or what? Are you gonna domestically abuse me again?
If I have to.
Guys, I think we're getting a little tense here. How about we all just calm it for a moment? There, that's better. And now, let's try again. What is it that you wanted us to do, Phillies? Well, I found it really nice if y'all could kindly, fuck off.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Even in this very episode, it was primarily about us, not even Scootaloo.
What you say, Dash? Okay, fine.
But promise me, Scoots, you're gonna visit me this evening. We also have a lot of catching up to do.
Why the hell that sounds suggestive?
'Cause you're a fucking degenerate, that's why. Come on, y'all. Let's leave the fillies some space.
Well then, guess my job here is also done. Happy day and forth?
Ah, thank you. I didn't want to sound rude, but I really felt a little overwhelmed with all of the main six picking me up. Especially when they're gonna indulge in their usual sketch banter.
No problem, Scootaloo. That's what friends are for.
Okay, and what exactly are we gonna do now?
Why don't we get the fuck out of here? Back to our clubhouse.
What? But our sisters!
Fuck them. Maybe that'll teach them how it feels to just get left behind.
Let's go, yo! Yeah, and I know just how we're gonna get out of here without the others noticing. Come close, friends.
What are you up to, Sweetie Belle?
You're not gonna use some bullshit magic, are you? Of course I am! I've been waiting for I don't know how many sketches to finally implement it, and this is my chance.
No way, this better not be what I think it is.
Chia-kazing!
I hate you so much, Sweetie Belle.
Well, now we know!
It's good to be back.